Welcome to another full week of workouts with your girl. Please refer to the description for the full written workouts and timestamps for when each day starts, along with other helpful links and my outfit details for each workout. Today we kick the week off with a leg day, focusing on our quads and glutes, which will start with some full body foam rolling for 10 to 15 minutes. For my full step-by-step foam rolling routine, check out my lower body warm-up video linked in the description. Otherwise, feel free to foam roll, stretch, and simply warm up however you feel like your body needs in order to slay this workout. Throughout this week of workouts, make sure to use weights that are challenging for you. By the end of each set of each exercise, you want to feel as though you could maybe push out 2 or 3 more reps before you literally can't do any more. But if you feel as though you could easily keep on doing more reps than that, consider increasing the amount of weight you're using if you feel as though it won't compromise your form. Before we head into the remainder of our warm-up, I'm gonna go ahead and take some pre-workout. Today's pre-workout of choice was Zera's Pump Stim Free, meaning it does not have any caffeine in it, pre-workout in the flavor Pop and Rock. Discount code Naomi will save you 10% off your purchase. Link to shop and support your girl so I can keep making these videos for you in the description. I'm also going to switch into my Nike Romaleos, however you like to pronounce it, which are my favorite squat shoes because it allows me and my longer femurs to squat deeper and get a better range of motion. Yes, I'm your high maintenance bestie who brings multiple pairs of shoes with her to the gym. If you want to check these out, I'll have them linked down below. Continuing with warm-ups, I'm going to do leg swings going back to front and left to right for 10 to 12 reps on each leg for each direction for just one set, since I won't be lifting too heavy today. I'll also do 2 sets of warm-up squats, which are a compound movement that works our whole entire bodies with a focus on our lower body. 1 warm-up set for 8 reps with just a barbell, and another set with 95 pounds total for 6 reps. Don't worry too much about how much weight I'm lifting because you should always lift according to your body's capacity. If you're not sure how much weight to use ever, my OGs know that I always recommend starting with the lightest weight possible, and then when you can comfortably do 12 to 15 reps with good form, then increase the weight. In this case, if you're feeling as though the barbell itself is already giving you a good enough challenge, feel free to continue lifting with just the barbell until you feel confident enough to add weight. Otherwise, for your second warm-up set of squats and working sets, start by adding 5 or 10 pounds to each side of the barbell and see how that feels. Always remember that good form is always more impressive than lifting heavy. Again, because I'm not lifting too heavy today, there's really no point in me overexhausting myself with multiple sets of warm-ups, but definitely if I was lifting heavier today, then I would incorporate more warm-up sets. But of course, as always, listen to your body and do as many warm-up sets as you need to feel fully prepared for your working sets. Speaking of working sets, I'll be doing 4 sets of 6 reps at about 65% 1 rep max. A 1 rep max is the maximum amount of weight you can lift for just 1 rep of an exercise, usually only used for compound movements like deadlift, squats, and bench press. If, for example, your 1 rep max for squats is 135 pounds, 65% of that would be about 88 pounds. Therefore, you'd want to use about 88 pounds for your 4 working sets of 6 reps. The best way to figure out your 1 rep max is simply by testing it out. If you're not up for doing that, however, I'll leave a calculator that you can use to estimate your 1 rep max in the description. After my 4 working sets of squats, I'm going to stay here on this platform and do hip thrusts for 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps, which will target our glutes. I will be changing my shoes back to my Converse because they are completely flat with no raised heel and have a shorter sole, unlike my Romaleos that I was wearing for squats. Again, I am your high maintenance bestie, and it is completely unnecessary to switch shoes throughout your workouts. As I've worked out over the past 5 or 6 years, I've just acquired some very peculiar tendencies is all. But in general for me, I do feel that having a simple flat sole for my shoes when performing hip thrusts allows me to focus the exercise best on my glutes and gives me the best range of motion. Anyways, feel free to do glute drivers on the machine or use a booty builder machine as well if you prefer to not do barbell hip thrusts. I have an entire video on how to set up for a barbell hip thrust and perform it with proper form as well that I'll link down below. I'm sure you've caught on by now, but the description of this video will have all the details and links you need to answer any other questions you have about this week of workouts that I don't answer directly in this video. Your girl is always just trying her best to set you up for success. Next up, we have reverse hack squats for 4 sets of 8 reps, which are a variation of squats that place a greater focus on the quads. This one is actually a newer exercise for me, so I am still a little awkward when using this machine, but I definitely want to try new things and continue to challenge myself. I know I was just doing barbell back squats earlier, but these ones I would say are definitely much more quad focused and allow me to squat deeper, as I found that I do have a bit of a longer femur in comparison to the rest of my body, even though I am on the shorter side. As you're going down into the squat, make sure to keep your spine in a neutral position and avoid rounding your lower back. Also make sure to keep your feet flat on the platform at all times and allow your lower body to feel and power the movement with your arms simply supporting the weight and not helping to lift it up. Coming up, I'm going to do some good old leg extensions for 4 sets of 10 reps, which will target our quad muscles. As I contract my quads to lift my feet up, I exhale, and as I lower the weight back down, I inhale. Keep your booty on the seat at all times, and always remember to control the weight, never let it control you. Really allow the contraction of your quads to power the movement. Rest for 1 to 2 minutes in between each set.
Tonight, baby, can we see this as a lesson? Then maybe we should open up.
After leg extensions, we'll move on to step-ups for 4 sets of 10 reps per leg. This exercise will target our whole entire lower bodies with a little bit more focus on our quads and glutes. If you don't have this machine at your gym, feel free to do step-ups using a regular stool or bench and some dumbbells. Adjust the platform so that it is directly right under your knee. The higher the platform is, the more difficult the exercise will be. We'll work one leg at a time, and the foot on the top platform is the leg that we're working. As I step down and up, I do my best to allow the working foot to power the movement and simply use my other foot that's in mid-air tapping the ground, there to simply support and help balance. Also make sure to refrain from using your arms to pull the weight up. They should simply be holding the handles and not assisting with any of the heavy lifting. Lastly, we'll be hopping on a treadmill for some lifts, low intensity, steady state cardio for about 25 minutes. Feel free to increase or decrease the time as you need. All I'll be doing is walking on the treadmill at a moderate pace with an incline for the entire time. I typically do an incline of about 10 to 15, but feel free to use whatever incline feels best for you. The higher the incline, the more sweat to expect. While this method of cardio may seem easy, it can prove to be more challenging than it looks. Give it a try and let me know what you think after. See you guys later for day 2. Welcome to day 2 of our week of workouts. Today will be our push day, aka chest, shoulders, and triceps day. Technically, a push day should only incorporate pushing movements, so today's workout would not be classified as a standard push day depending on who you ask, just so you know. Anyways, let's get this workout kicked off with some syrup pre-workout. I also did some full body foam rolling as well for about 10 to 15 minutes that I did not film just because my gym was super busy today. Link to my full upper body warm-up routine and foam rolling routine in the description. First up, we're starting off with bench press, which will target our chest with a little bit of triceps and shoulders. I'll start with 3 warm-up sets, 2 with just a barbell for 10 to 12 reps, and then 1 with about 50% and 1 rep max for 8 to 10 reps. Then I'll do my 4 working sets of 8 reps at about 70% 1 rep max. Next up, we have a dumbbell shoulder press for 4 sets of 10 reps. Exhale as you push up and inhale as you lower the dumbbells back down above your shoulders. Make sure to keep your shoulders relaxed and down and avoid hunching them up towards your ears. If you ever feel like the amount of weight you're using may be compromising your form, never hesitate to switch your weights out for different ones. Good form is always more impressive than lifting heavy. Following, we have a superset. High cable flies for 10 reps, followed immediately after with low cable chest flies for 10 reps. High cable chest flies will target your upper chest muscles, while low cable chest flies will target your lower chest muscles. For the high cable chest flies, make sure that the cables are adjusted so that they are well over your head height. Stagger your feet so one is in front of the other and lean your upper body forward slightly. Starting with arms wide open, contract your chest muscles to push your hands together towards the center of your body, keeping your arms in the same position with elbows slightly bent the entire time. If you ever feel as though you need to bend your elbows in order to perform the exercise, go ahead and drop the amount of weight you're using to a lighter weight. For the low cable chest flies, adjust the machine so that the cables are coming from the lowest point possible. Stand with feet closer together with no forward upper body bend and hold the handles with an underhand grip. Starting with arms fully extended down at your sides, contract your chest muscles to bring your hands up towards your chin and together. This variation will also incorporate the same more rigid and stable arm positioning with elbows just slightly bent. For both exercises, exhale as you bring your hands together and inhale as you extend them back out. These 2 exercises can definitely be more challenging to do than they appear, so make sure to start with a lower weight if you've never done these before, and prepare to be sore in ways you've never felt tomorrow. Next up, we'll be doing dumbbell overhead triceps extensions for 4 sets of 12 reps. Feel free to do these either sitting or standing. Starting with the bottom of the dumbbell touching your upper back, exhale as you contract your triceps to bring the dumbbell up, and inhale as you bend your elbows to lower it back down. Do your best to keep your elbows facing forward and positioned right outside your head, and avoid flaring your elbows out too much to the sides. Take a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each set. Coming up, we have another superset, cable upright rows for 12 reps, followed by triceps push-downs for 12 reps. I'll be using a rope attachment for both exercises, but feel free to use whatever attachments you have available to you that you enjoy. For the cable upright rows, position the cable at its lowest point and hold the attachment with an overhand grip. Starting with arms down in the front and center of your body, bring your elbows up until they're about parallel to the ground. Exhale as you pull the weight up and inhale as you lower it back down. Really allow your shoulder muscles to do the work and avoid swinging your body too much to help lift the weight up. For the triceps pushdowns, position the cable above your head. Take a step away from it and tuck your elbows into the sides of your rib cage, keeping them locked in that position at all times to help isolate and target your triceps best. Bend your upper body forward slightly and start with elbows bent and hands together by your chest. From here, contract your triceps to extend your arms down towards the sides of your hips. Exhale as you push the weights down and inhale as you return back to starting position. Rest for 1 to 2 minutes after you complete each round of the superset. Afterwards, we'll head over to the lateral raise machine and do 4 sets of 10 reps. This exercise will target the sides of our shoulder muscles. Start with arms right next to your body with elbows underneath the pads. Lift your arms straight out to your sides until they're about parallel to the ground. Do your best to keep your shoulders relaxed and down and avoid raising them up towards your ears. Exhale as you lift your arms up and inhale as you lower your elbows back down. Take a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each set. Lastly, we'll head over to the treadmill and walk at a moderate pace with a 10 to 15% incline for about 25 minutes. Feel free to do more or less as you wish. And that's all for day 2, guys. See you back here for our day 3 workout. Hello my beautiful babes, welcome back for day 3 of our week of workouts. Today we'll be hitting our back and biceps. After full body foam rolling for 15 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and do pull and chin ups for 4 sets of 12 reps. I'll switch every other set between pull ups, which are the ones where you use an underhand grip with hands closer together, and chin ups, which use an overhand grip with hands positioned farther apart. For a step-by-step tutorial on how to perform these 2 exercises, check out my video I made on how to properly perform pull and chin ups linked down below. Really allow your back and biceps to power the movement and make sure to avoid lifting your knees up to help lift your body upwards. Exhale as you contract your back and biceps to lift your body up, and inhale as you lower yourself back down. After our pull-ups and chin-ups, we'll head over to the cables to do some wide grip lat pull-downs for 4 sets of 12 reps, which will work our back muscles, specifically our lats. If you're not sure how to perform this exercise, I'm going to refer you over to my how to do a lat pull-down video linked in the description. When doing wide grip lat pull-downs, make sure that your elbows point down towards the ground and into the sides of your back as you pull the bar down. You only need to pull the bar down until it's under your chin to above your chest. No need to pull down any further than your chest, otherwise we start to target our arm muscles more than our back. Following, we're going to head into a superset. Straight arm pushdowns for 12 reps, followed by cable bicep curls for 12 reps as well. The straight arm pushdowns will target our lat muscles on our back. When doing this exercise, position the cable right above your head. Take a few steps back so that you have a full range of motion when performing the exercise. Stand with your upper body bent forward about 30 to 45 degrees. Keeping a slight bend in your elbows at all times, start with your arms above your head and then bringing the attachment down to touch the front of your legs. Exhale as you contract your back muscles to bring the weight down, and exhale as you release the weight back up. If you feel the exercise more so in your arms than back, I would recommend lowering the amount of weight you're using. For the cable bicep curls, make sure that your elbows are tucked into the sides of your rib cage at all times to better isolate and target your biceps. Really allow the contraction of your biceps to feel and power the movement. Exhale as you contract your biceps to lift the weight up, and inhale as you lower it back down. I am using a straight bar attachment for these 2 exercises, but as always, feel free to use any attachment that you have available to you at your gym. Coming in with another back exercise, we have single arm dumbbell rows for 4 sets of 10 reps per arm. Make sure to keep your back in a neutral position and avoid looking up just to prevent any unnecessary pain on your neck. As you pull a dumbbell towards the side of your chest, brush your bicep against the side of your body and point your elbows straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale as you contract your back muscles to bring the dumbbell up, and inhale as you lower it back down, fully extending your arm. Next up, we have a static hold dumbbell curl for 12 reps on each arm, which will target our biceps. For this exercise, hold one dumbbell up with one arm as if you were in the middle of doing a bicep curl. Then do 12 bicep curls with the other arm, all the while your other arm is holding the dumbbell up. Keep your elbows tucked into the sides of your body at all times to better isolate and target your bicep muscles. Take a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each set. We'll be doing another bicep exercise next, preacher curls for 4 sets of 12 reps. I personally like to do this exercise standing because I feel like it gives me more leverage and is simply more comfortable for me. However, feel free to do them sitting as well if you'd prefer. Make sure to keep your elbows on the cushion at all times and to use a full range of motion. Notice that as I lower the weight down, I do so at a nice and controlled pace, controlling the weight, not letting it control me. Exhale as you contract your biceps to lift the weight up, and inhale as you lower it back down. Rest for 1 to 2 minutes in between each set. To finish this workout up, we'll be heading over to the treadmills for 25 minutes of steady state cardio at a moderate walking pace at a 10 to 15% incline. Of course, feel free to modify this section of cardio as you need. See you guys tomorrow for day 4. Hey guys, welcome back for day 4 of our full week of workouts. Today will be our final day of working out, and of course, it will be a lower body day focused on our hamstrings and glutes. Before I head to the gym, I'll be mixing up my Sierra Aminos in the flavor pink candy to drink throughout my workout. As you guys know, I start off all my workouts with 10 to 15 minutes of full body foam rolling. Say hello to a headless Naomi. I completely cut off my head here. Whoops. Here, I'll be taking my Sierra pre-game pre-workout in the flavor Peach Bellini. Link to shop and discount code in the description. Please excuse the terrible lighting at my gym here. Anyways, we continue on with warm-ups to prepare for conventional deadlifts, which will look similar to what we did for day 1. Leg swings going front to back and left to right for 12 reps on each leg for 1 set. Following, I'll do some RDLs with just a barbell for 2 sets of 12 reps. For me, I like doing a few sets of RDLs before heading into deadlifts because I feel like it's a great low-impact way to help get my body started and prepared for deadlifting, especially conventional deadlifts. As for the leg swings, this dynamic stretch helps to open up my hips and get my legs moving in a full range of motion. Continuing with warm-ups, I'm going to do one warm-up set of conventional deadlifts for 6 reps at about 55% to 1 rep max, making sure that my spine stays in a neutral position the entire time and that I'm not excessively rounding my back. Chest faces slightly forward before each rep, and it's not facing the ground so that my back doesn't take over, really allowing my lower body and really whole entire body to power the movement, not just my back. I inhale and contract my core and lats before each rep by squeezing my glutes to push my hips forward and reach lockout, exhaling as I reach the top of each rep. I know I'm throwing a lot at you here, so if you want my step-by-step tutorial on how to set up for deadlifts and perform them properly, you already know that I have a video for you here on my channel linked in the description. After my warm-up sets, I'm going to head into my working sets of conventional deadlifts for 4 sets of 6 reps at about 63% to 1 rep max. You'll notice that my hands are positioned right outside my legs and no further than that. The barbell is in contact with the front of my legs throughout the entire movement and moves up and down in a straight line that's basically about perpendicular to the ground. Rest for 1 to 2 minutes in between each set. Staying on the squat rack, I'm going to do some good mornings for 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. This exercise will target our hamstrings and glutes. You'll set up for it just like you were doing squats. Besides that, I like to position my feet a little bit wider than I normally would with squats, with toes pointed out, as I feel as though this allows me a bigger foundation to balance. Before each rep, I inhale and contract my core, bending forward at the hips as far as I can until I can feel the stretch in my hamstrings, making sure to not round my lower back. From here, I squeeze my glutes to push my hips forward and return back to starting position, exhaling as I do so. You'll notice that my movements are pretty slow and always controlled. This exercise can definitely be a bit more difficult to tackle, so if you'd like more information on how to execute it with proper form, check out the video I made on it linked in the description. Take a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each set. Next up, we have a superset. Glute hamstring raises for 10 to 12 reps, followed by reverse lunges for 8 reps per leg. If you've been watching my workout videos, you've probably seen this superset before, but it hits so dang good, so you know I always gotta include it. Glute hamstring raises will target exactly what the name states, our glutes and hamstrings. Start with the front of your hips on the cushions, knees slightly bent, upper body bent forward over the cushions, and arms crossed over your chest. From here, squeeze your glutes to lift your upper body up, rounding your upper back to help take pressure off your lower back and make it as glute focused as possible. Inhale as you lower yourself down and exhale as you squeeze your glutes to bring your upper body up. If you don't have this machine at your gym, feel free to do reverse hypers instead. If you're comfortable with this exercise, I definitely challenge you to add some weight as it burns so good with that extra weight. Reverse lunges will target our glutes, and when doing these, choose a weight that is challenging for you and maybe a few pounds heavier than what you typically use when doing 12 to 15 reps of standard lunges. Step back with one foot until the knee on that same leg is right above the ground, then push off the heel of the foot in front to return back to starting position. Inhale as you step backwards and exhale as you push off to go back up. Work one leg at a time and rest 1 to 2 minutes before starting the superset again. Following, we'll be heading over to the cables for cable kickbacks for 4 sets of 12 reps per leg, which will target our glutes. Place your non-working leg on the ground so that it's almost about perpendicular to the ground. Starting with your working legs knee bent and facing towards the cable machine, bring that same leg backwards in a sweeping motion so that it's about parallel or just above parallel to the ground, squeezing the corresponding glute on that same leg as you bring your leg up. Also make sure to keep your back in a neutral position throughout the entire movement. You should not feel any lower back pain at all, and if you are, try lowering your hand positioning on the machine and tuck your hips forward like a dog tucking its tail between its legs as you perform the exercise, as this will help prevent engaging your lower back muscles. As you sweep your working leg behind you and squeeze your glutes, exhale, and as you bring your leg back to the front, inhale. Rest 1 to 2 minutes in between each set of cable kickbacks. If you're in need of ankle straps, I'll leave the ones I'm using down below. To close out this week of workouts, we'll have one more go on the treadmill at a moderate walking pace for 25 minutes and an incline. As always, feel free to increase or decrease the amount of time as you need and switch out the treadmill for any other cardio machine of your choice or substitute it completely with any other form of cardio that you enjoy doing. If you found this video helpful, make sure to do your girl a solid and click that thumbs up button. Hitting that subscribe button and notification bell will also let you know when I post new workouts and videos just like this. Feel free to explore my channel and other playlists if you want more workouts right away. Everything is pretty organized for your convenience. If you do plan to do any workouts from this video, let me know in a comment below. A reminder that timestamps for when each day starts, outfit details for each workout, and links to other videos I mentioned will be in the description. If you are in need of any supplements, give Sierra a try and use my discount code Naomi for 10% off. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this week. I appreciate you guys. See and talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Drive by, never lease 'em. No. They say if you can't beat them, then you join them. No.